perfect day. I know that I can count on you. So let me tell you now, sunny days. Everybody loves them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? Whoa, whoa. Storms will come. This we know for sure. This we know for sure. Can you stand the rain?
Hey everyone, we are IT. We send our love to all the families and our friends during this COVID-19 pandemic. We extend gratitude to all the essential workers and healthcare professionals that have been helping to curtail this pandemic. With your continued efforts, we will definitely lessen the effects of the COVID-19 virus. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, members there of the 8 band. Okay, so now we can only imagine what it's like for folks who work in the labs at this time, working overtime to do tests and get results out. Right now, we've got the woman who headed the testing when the Maylor-Archat BPO case happened. She's coordinator of medical technology services at the National Public Health Lab, Maylor-Archat. Good morning to you, Michelle.
Hi, good morning, Sloan.
How are you doing this morning?
I am actually doing well. Very great.
You look so well rested and comfortable, and you would never know that we're in the middle of a pandemic and you're under pressure.
I got some rest last night, so it's good.
Yeah, you got some rest last night. That's to say that in previous nights, rest has been limited, yes?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Tell us generally how the medtechs are, the ones you've spoken to, what's happening in your industry? How are you guys feeling at this time?
Well, it's not all of the medical technologists that are involved in this response program. Of course, we continue to offer the clinical services, both for COVID-19 patients and regular patients. But the team that is on the response now, they are working like superheroes. We work day in, day out to provide the results in a timely manner so that the correct preventive control measures can be put in place.
So go ahead, Michelle.
We have 2 teams. We have a team, they are working within the lab testing, and then we have the other team that is actually in the field collecting the samples.
Wow. So how big are those teams? How many people comprise those teams?
Well, the team from National Public Health Lab that collects the sample, it's 6 persons, and then those who are doing the testing, it's probably about 30 to 35.
Okay.
Because there are different phases
But
in the testing.
given the volume of work, you guys are working, I mean, literally around the clock, right?
Around the clock, yes.
Wow.
So we have rostered persons to work so as not to burn out and to maintain getting results in a timely manner.
So what happens is one team, the team of 6 goes out, does the tests and collects the samples, bring it back to the lab, and you guys test to see who is positive, who is not positive. It's a very serious, very important job. What kind of mindset do the team members have to have? The ones who go out, perhaps people would think those are would be the most anxious of the 2 sets, but then you guys have to come into contact with the samples as well when they get back to the lab. So tell me how you process that.
Well, it is our job. This is something that we sign up for. We anticipate in handling highly infectious substances. So we were trained to manage these biological substances. I think the mindset now is just a matter of whether or not we will be affected in terms of contracting the disease and taking it home to our loved ones.
Wow.
But in terms of doing the job, it is something that we were trained to do. And so we are ready just to take on the job itself.
Yeah. Training is one thing, Michelle, but when you when you realize you're living through a pandemic and you realize your role in that, I mean, I guess you're prepared by your training, but when it's real time, it's got to be a different experience.
It is a different experience. We're used to working 24 hours for those who offer emergency services, but you get breaks, and the pressure is not this much, but now it impacts everyone, including yourself, and so the pressure is there. How do I maintain safety for myself and also provide accurate results in a timely manner?
Yeah.
So there is a pressure in between there.
Yeah.
I need to do this job, but I also need to protect myself and my family, and I need to play my role.
And how
So
do you
that's the
guys ensure that you do that? So are you hazmat suited, or I know the masks and the gloves and so on, but what other precautions are there that you take to ensure that you stay safe?
Well, yes, every single aspect of the body is covered. So it's
Okay.
from head to the toe. So we have our headgears, the mask, the face shield or the goggles, along with our respirator, hazmat suit or gowns, and of course our foot covering. So it's from
Okay.
head to toe. Whether we are collecting or we are testing, this is how we would gown ourselves.
Okay. And how many tests, Michelle, do you think you get through on a daily basis in the lab?
It depends. We have gone near to 300 on a 24 hours. So we can get that on a 24 hours, but it requires a lot out of the staff.
Yeah,
Because it's just putting on a sample onto the machine.
right. And
There's a lot of preparation that must be done.
And so you'd have some backlog, right, that you're trying to work through?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And how are your family members reacting to you guys having to kind of be on the front line like this? You spoke about them earlier. How are they coping?
Well, they are learning to cook, which is great. So sometimes at work, I mean, my sons, they will call me and they will say, okay, I'm going to cook now. Can you tell me what to do? So we will WhatsApp video and I'll tell them what to do. And by the time I get home, I have something to eat. So that is great for
That's
me.
fantastic. Okay, so that's a bright light coming out of this for you. When you get overwhelmed, Michelle, when your team members get overwhelmed, what do you do to try and cope? And what message do you want to send to your compatriots this morning?
Well, for me, what I do in the mornings or whenever I'm traveling to work is that I play music that will give me a vibe and also remind me that whatever I am doing is not for self, but it's for the country and the nation that I am serving. And just remind me that my strength and our strength is coming from the one above. Also, we encourage each other as we work. And of course, there are times when we will just talk. We'll just talk and we'll try to get through the day, the phone calls, the pressure, but we try to talk to each other as much as possible and encourage each other as we get the job going.
Yeah.
I am really proud of the team. They have stepped up really, really a lot, and the dedication that they are putting out. Sometimes when I return to work, like 12, 1 o'clock, the team, they are up, they are typing, they are processing samples, and I'm very, very, very proud of them. They are not disappointing us any at all, and I really and truly appreciate the efforts that they have put in.
And we appreciate
that.
We appreciate all of you. We appreciate the work that you do. As you said, this is your national service, and we are a grateful nation this morning and every day thanking you for what you're doing, being on the front line. Please give our gratitude, sincere gratitude and appreciation to your team, to all medtechs who are watching, whether you are out in the field, in the lab, or dealing with other issues in light of this pandemic. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, not only from Smile Jamaica, but on behalf of a grateful nation. Thank you, Michelle. I want to, as we wrap, say good morning. Thank you. There's a lady on Twitter. Her handle